3,000 Years of Longing is the latest moving picture from a 78-year-old guy named George Miller. He spent 25 years making movies for babies and then decided, hey, guess what? Modern action movies suck. I'm gonna show all those chumps how it's done. And so he did with Mad Max Fury Road, which is basically the best thing ever. While he has a sequel and a prequel that are planned, he decided to make this in between. It's a movie where Tilda Swinton rubs a bottle and a giant black man comes out to tell her stories and eventually bang her, ostensibly with the theme of be careful what you wish for or something. I was looking forward to this movie based on the trailer, but that turned out to be a total lie. Whoever cut that shit together needs to be sodomized with a scale model of Westminster Abbey because it makes the movie look exciting and like it has a plot, and neither of those things are true. The movie starts with the premise that Tilda Swinton is a narratologist and understands story better than anyone else on Earth. When she opens the genie bottle and Heimdall jumps out saying he could bang her brains into Asgard, she rightly thinks to herself, well, honey, not all them genie stories are cautionary tales. And I was really excited at this point. I've mentioned before that I have degrees in literature. One might indeed call me a narratologist as well, only I've turned my powers to the evils of movie criticism. Point is, I thought this would then become a wild movie about her using those narratologist powers of understanding story structure and narrative logic to make a really careful, interesting wish, and then we'd see it go sideways, like in the trailer, and then they'd have to wish their way out of it and end up in even more craziness, like in the trailer. This setup is fantastically cool. A good writer could go anywhere with this. Unfortunately, the movie is boring as fuck. The genie just tells the stories of his various imprisonments throughout history, and while they are nice visually, I just didn't care, and I grew more and more impatient. I was waiting for the movie to start, if you get my meaning. But by the time we were an hour in and still telling tales about characters who aren't really characters and have no bearing on our non-existent plot, I was super frustrated. 80% of this movie feels like a first act, off of which you then build a real narrative, and the finale which they stitched on about them falling in love and going back to London was really poorly written. I'll spare you the details in case you want to watch it, and also because whatever, but it's a hack job, and the sentimentality felt not only forced, but completely disconnected from the entire 90-minute introduction sequence. Alright, look, let's round this out. This movie isn't awful. I didn't completely hate it. The stories within the story are vaguely entertaining on their own. Visually, it's great. Technically, it's well directed. I love both Tilda Swinton and Idris Elba, but ultimately, this movie feels like a totally pointless waste of narrative potential. And the only cautionary tale here is not to watch trailers, because these days it seems like they only ruin a movie or lie to your face about the tone and trajectory of it. George, I know you're watching. Please, 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 for the love of Max, when you make the sequel and the Furiosa prequel, do not overwrite them. It's not your strong suit, brother. Fury Road worked because of its sense of barely controlled kineticism, its relatively simple plot and implied storytelling through world detail that hinted at a rich lore that set our imaginations on fire. Don't over-explain it, and don't get bogged down in your dialogue. Come on, George. You can do it. I believe. I want good Mad Max movies. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe to join me on my cinematic adventures, and get out of my theater. The crew and I are gonna watch Rock'n'Rolla. If I had a wish right now, I'd have Mark Strong emerge from a portal and deliver the Archie slap to whoever made that fucking trailer. Peace out, as the kids would say in 2006, and I will see you in the next one.